What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and we're here for another Ring of Honor TV review, episode number 62. And I'll go ahead and say it now. This was a quick episode of ROH. Almost every time that I say that should lead to a quick TV review, so we'll see what happens there. But all in all, this felt like a very nothing filler episode of ROH. But if you want to know what actually happened, I will tell you right now. The first matchup involved the Outrunners and the Infantry, kind of the big matchup of the episode, because these two teams have a bit of history. A number of weeks ago, the Outrunners won a match with the Miami Overdrive, which is a Russian leg sweep big boot, which oddly enough is the same maneuver that the Infantry use, and they call it boot camp. The Infantry called the Outrunners out over it, and they said, we've been doing this move for years. Then nothing really came out of it. The Infantry had other stuff they were doing, the AW Tag Title Tournament, and some ROH Tag Team Title match. And then last week, the Outrunners attempted to do the same move again, and it didn't work out for them. The Infantry called them out on it, and the Outrunners essentially were just copying and saying everything that the Infantry said, setting up this matchup tonight. And the Outrunners even copied them with having someone assist them to the ring, that being Laser Linda, as the Infantry have Trish Adora. And Trish Adora, I guess, took offense to this because she immediately lariats Linda, and neither one of those two really have that much of an effect on the matchup. The match starts with both sides immediately attacking one another, but Sean Dean and Turbo Floyd are the first two legal competitors. The Outrunners attempt a knee drop, but Sean Dean moves out of the way just for moments later to the Infantry being able to hit the same maneuver. The Outrunners then keep Bravo cornered for a long time until he's able to get the tag in to Dean. Dean hits an elbow drop that gets a 2 count. He also hits a frog splash that gets a 2 count, but the Infantry are able to get the 3 count after being able to hit boot camp. Next matchup, extremely quick. Nyla Rose versus Cameron Brunet. Cameron immediately attacks, but it does no effect, and Nyla wins with the Beast Bomb. And on commentary, and this kind of seems like the case with every Nyla Rose match, that commentators are like, oh, there are 2 women's championships in Ring of Honor now. But it just seems that since Nyla had that very good story with Athena and the good match with Athena, it's just been the same old, time and time again. We got a backstage interview with 2.0, Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic. I believe his name is Matt Bernard. They've changed their names so much. I sometimes still call them 3.0. Sometimes I'll call them Ever Rise because I definitely remember that. It's less confusing than 2.0, 3.0. But Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic are here in Ring of Honor. And Angelo Parker says that he was going to retire, but got the news that he learned that he was going to be a father. And that lit a fire inside of him that he needs to keep going. And that the both of them plan on taking someone to the promised land. And that someone, I guess someone's, is the Undisputed Kingdom. And oddly enough, the next matchup is a Proving Ground match with the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Crown. Linus and Maximus. Bennett and Linus start the match off with the Kingdom keeping their opponents cornered. Bennett does get hit with a nice spine buster that is almost followed up by a powerbomb, but Taven breaks the powerbomb tip up, and the Kingdom are able to win the matchup with the Hail Mary, which is a spiked pile driver. Another backstage segment, this one involving JD Drake, who said that over the past month or so, there's been stuff that is going on. You know, he doesn't have his tag team partner anymore, but he's been lost, and he tells a story that I might mess up, but I will say this is a very good story and a good segment, so go out of your way to understand it more so yourself. But he learned a long time ago that from his grandfather that he would get $2 bills, and he would always get asked why do you get $2 bills? And again, I'm still a little bit confused on the $2 bill stuff himself, but his grandfather said that one day you will learn, and you'll learn to earn some more things, and at some point you either need to quit or tighten your boots up, and he plans on tightening his boots up and going back to work. Next matchup is Toa Leona versus Jimmy Wild. Toa dominates the matchup, including a splash on the apron, and then he wins the matchup with a pounce, period. So Toa Leona picks up the quick victory. Next matchup is a 6-man tag team match. The Dark Order versus Ziggy Dice, Adam Priest, and Sean Maluda. who I am fairly certain was in the first cruiserweight, or the only cruiserweight class. Damn, we only got one cruiserweight class, and that's kind of crazy now I think of it. Maluta and Silver start the matchup off, but frequent tags are made early on. Dice hits a nice neck breaker on Uno. Reynolds tags in and hits a nice splash and a dive to the outside while almost running over the referee. Silver hits a pop-up Canadian Destroyer, with the Dark Order picking up the victory with the flip over slam that, if it has a name, they have never said it. I've Googled it several times, and every time it pops up the fatality, but that's the Evil Uno and Stu Grayson finisher. So I don't know what this move is called. I always call it the flip over slam. I will also say this. I tweeted this. This is a very random side note. I've not said it. I've definitely mentioned this on here, but I've came up with a rule proposal, because I've seen a lot of times, a lot of matchups, Canadian Destroyers being hit, and then there'll be a pinfall after it, and they kick out, and then more and more Canadian Destroyer. Canadian Destroyer is one of the craziest, greatest moves invented in wrestling. And shout out to Petey Williams, because he's the most famous guy, the originator of the Canadian Destroyer. And it kind of seems that everybody's like, yeah, I'm going to do the Canadian Destroyer. And I proposed the rule, every match that a Canadian Destroyer is hit, and it doesn't finish the match, Petey Williams should get some money. Now, this wouldn't really apply to that, because he hit the Canadian Destroyer, there's no pinfall, and then another finisher was hit. So this kind of would be avoiding that rule, but I want to give Petey, anytime a damn Canadian Destroyer is hit, I want Petey Williams to get some type of credit. Just my 2 cents. We get another backstage segment, this one involving the Iron Savages, who have said they have spent the past year trying to entertain the fans in ROH, and has gotten them no tag team title tournament opportunities, no title shots, no pay-per-view spots, and so it is time to change. So we'll see what that change is. Next, John Cruz versus Aaron Solo. Solo wants to impress Johnny TV after last week, trying to recruit himself to be partnered with Johnny TV, so he needs to pick up a victory, and hopefully he was able to impress him, because this matchup was very, very quick, with Aaron Solo winning with a spinning kick, leading to our main event matchup, Robin Renegade versus Queen Aminata. Back and forth early with lots of kicks between the both of them, with a massive one from Aminata sending Robin through the ropes. At this point, we see that Athena and Billy Starks are watching in the back. Robin lands a Spicoli driver for a 2 count. Aminata hits a pair of running kicks, a headbutt, and a backdrop to win the matchup. And then they show us the backstage area again, and Athena and Billy Starks are nowhere to be seen. So that was the main. I will also say this, because I thought I might have been wrong, but I looked it up on Pro Fight DB. But Billy Starks, ever since winning this women's TV title tournament and title in general, has not defended it on ROH. Unless I am forgetting, and unless Pro Fight DB is wrong, we ain't seen. What the hell is this title around for? That's A. B. I did get spoiled a little bit, because this is the weird thing, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning. And again, like I said, I was trying to make this a quicker review. Now I'm going to start going on a spiel. But AEW, and by default, Ring of Honor, have been on a weird schedule for the past month or so, and probably will continue to be due to the playoffs going on and just on and off days of filming stuff like, Dynamite and Rampage this week, and etc. So what I'm trying to get at is, I looked up this Billy Stark situation, and they taped a whole other 5 to 6 matches that were not on this episode. So maybe they will be on next week's episode. Maybe it was just a lie. I don't really know. So this was an extremely quick ROH episode. I just went through it, and it was a 50-minute episode, and I spent 10 minutes talking about it. So there's that. I saw something flying in my face. I'm very tired right now, so I'm going to wrap this up. I do appreciate y'all for watching this. Hopefully you like and subscribe. Hopefully you stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.